Hi, and welcome to Two Crazians, the Asian American podcast where the Joy Luck Club meets drunk history. I'm your host, Cindy Yep.
And I'm your other host, Nancy Lee.
Today we have a special guest, Eric Chow. Say hi, Eric.
Hi.
And he is our very first guest ever.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
So, you are our first ever guest.
Dear God.
I know. That's right.
He doesn't know what he's in for. No.
So we wanted to do a show called Ask an Asian Man because we are Asian women. You know, we talk all the time about being Asian women.
Yeah.
But we don't know what it's like to be an Asian man.
Yes.
And we have questions.
Lots of questions.
We want to know stuff. What's that like from that perspective? So Eric is a baker at Tartine, which is the most famous bakery in San Francisco, I would say, if not the West Coast. Yeah. Do you want to talk about what you do there?
Yeah. And mostly I make the croissants there.
Oh, croissants. The thing that I wanted to ask you most of all is I've met a few of you that work at Tartine. How come none of y'all are fat? None of y'all are fat. I don't understand that. If I worked there, I would be made of bread pudding.
I don't know. Okay, when I first started, I ate a croissant every single day. Maybe one and a half.
Sure.
I just taste them now,
And what time do you start working?
It used to be 4:30, just time.
Wow, oh my God.
Now it's 6. It's much more humane.
You know what ayami?
I do.
We're not an idiot, Nancy.
No, but I'm just saying, he said you spoke nut. I'm trying to understand the level of nut.
How do you translate that? Exactly. Damn.
Oh my God. It's the equivalent to oy vey in Yiddish.
Yeah.
So tell us, where are you from? Where'd you grow up?
I grew up partially here in the city in San Francisco and also in Danville, California.
Indo.
Are you first generation?
Second.
Second. How do you view first versus second? I think a lot of people have different takes on that.
Thought first was born here.
Okay.
First generation to be born here and raised here, or essentially raised here. My dad came over when he was 6 from Hong Kong. My mom was born in Cleveland. So
I think we consider that first generation.
yeah.
Even your dad, he wasn't born here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, I never looked at it that way. It was more a very hard, where were you born?
Come out of the womb. Where was your mother's vagina at the time? No. So that's very interesting. So your dad came from Hong Kong when he was 6. So he was born over there, but your mother was born here.
Mm-hmm.
And her parents, where did they come from?
From Southern China.
And they landed in Cleveland.
Yeah.
But
did not happen.
Sure. I need to be all that. Should have hit up to show up.
I'm going on a podcast.
Study.
No, I mean,
study yourself.
They came through San Francisco. My grandfather came first and died. He was a chef.
Oh,
cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Because I'm pretty sure he enjoyed cooking. He died, unfortunately, when I was in 8th grade. So I didn't really know him, and I especially didn't know him when I was at the food. So I didn't really get into it until after studying music. It's kind of while I was studying music.
Huh?
So I didn't get ever to talk to him about cooking at all.
Oh.
But so he came over here and he did that, and then he eventually brought my grandmother and my oldest aunt over, who was born in China, and then everyone else was born over here.
So where did your mom and dad meet?
Met here in San Francisco. They both grew up in Chinatown.
Ah.
Chinatown. Are you kidding me? That's so cute. That's like some black and white PBS shit.
Yeah. Just like.
And then you were born here
Mm-hmm.
in the city.
Yep.
What did your parents do for a living?
My dad worked for the state. He was a mediator between people that got hurt on the job and insurance companies. And eventually he struck out and had his own business doing that.
Oh.
My mom was worked for PG&E, the local utilities company, for the last 30 years.
See, another notion of the difference between East Coast and West Coast Asians.
What's that?
Parents' occupation.
Mm.
Your parents had something that was a pretty standard, worked for the state or the city, had Monday through Friday, right? Standard. I think a lot of the East Coast Asians you talk to, their parents were working at the restaurant, a dry cleaner, housekeepers, very more labor intensive versus being easily acclimated into some sort of 9-to-5 type of job.
Is that a generational thing though? Because that's definitely their parents who were the first immigrants. Definitely what they did. My grandmother's seamstress, my mom's side, in a sweatshop, from what I hear. And
did I just age myself then, I guess?
No, I think you were just being snobby about the East Coast versus West Coast.
No, I don't think kind of
You're saying like they're like hardworking, like
there's
and like
what I see is
they like labored, and we're like office jobs, and you typey, you know, clicky clacky, whatever. Yeah.
no, that's not what I meant.
And we're so bougie.
No, there's like in New Jersey and stuff, there's like a lot of researchers and chemists that have come through. But my parents are on the older side. So my dad's 77. Sorry, Daddy.
But I'm assuming your parents spoke really good English, so they had the opportunity to have different kinds of jobs than everything. Because a lot of times people had restaurant or dry cleaner jobs because like the language is a barrier. Yeah, my mom's a postal worker because the language is a barrier.
I see that.
Often. Just like we're enormously privileged to speak English.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Don't you think?
privileged or like I had no other choice. If I had to rely on Chinese, I'd not get by.
I don't know about your English sometimes.
I know what you mean. It's questionable. And so, curious to understand, like, did you think your family was different than others, or did you feel like you were similar to your friends?
Pretty similar. Which is funny that you say that on the first guest. I feel like I'm one of the best Asian guys out there.
Well, I mean,
How do you define that?
you are gonna represent all Asian men, so like that's fine, no pressure.
Yep, exact. But you're like the first Asian I ever met.
We're Asians. We're Caucasians, right? I'm thinking you're a Caucasian too.
Yeah.
And that just means that we're not gonna be typical
And
Asians.
this is probably how we interact, like how our intersections have happened.
And we're not gonna have any interviews that are gonna be typical Asians because we don't know any.
Yeah. And our social circle doesn't run into.
Yeah.
Growing up in an Asian household, what did your parents support or push? What did you try? What were your interests in school growing up?
School was tough. I mean, maybe I don't remember how I felt back then, honestly, but now I realized after going to college and also grad school, I realized I'm a terrible student.
But the fact that you went to secondary school after undergrad is pretty Asian.
Yes, but that
In a way.
it might be a Caucasian trait is to be not good at school.
Because you're like, how do I fit in? You're like, I just go back to school, and you're like, nope, I spent 120 days and still not happening.
Yeah.
Were your parents really into like making sure you finish school, like all your
Did you have a tiger mom?
Yeah,
She was like fully American. Like I kind of can't imagine having an American mother.
I know, right? The one that
I feel like it's like a Betty Draper or something.
Maybe she was the harder of my two parents. But
yeah. Asian women is hard.
There wasn't like that. Like Tiger Mom. There wasn't that desperation of like, oh my God, we're immigrants. We have to succeed. Or else we'll starve kind of a thing.
Yeah.
At all. But at the same time, yeah, she did push my sister and I. My dad did too, in different ways.
How they differ.
I don't know. Maybe my mom was more focused on academics than my dad wanted. There was a time we really wanted to play tennis for a while. That's funny because you were talking about Chow.
Michael Chow. Yeah, so I was low-key stalking you on the internet before this. And I saw that you made a very big career change. You went to school for music composition, and then you switched to cooking, baking, which is quite different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us about like what made you make that shift.
Well, yeah, I thought I wanted to be a composer. That generally means, if you want to have like a stable life, unless you really made it as a composer, you go into academia. You get a PhD and then you become a professor. So you have a salary and, health insurance and all that shit.
What makes you?
And your parents were like, "That's cool. I see you on that track."
Like, I mean, I guess they're amenable. Yeah, I'm very lucky. They were always there to support of everything I did.
Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah.
I mean, like my mom, when I switched over to my major in music in undergrad, she was a little worried. Like, you should do something more.
Yeah. You
like,
sure?
Maybe double major in econ, or at one point, maybe it was Santa Rod Desk, said maybe you should double in English.
Like a backup plan.
Right, grown up playing clarinet.
Oh, clarinet. And so you completed that, and where'd you go from there?
Immediately into cooking.
Really?
So my second year of my master's, I was staging at a French restaurant downtown. Staging is French term for interning or waiting for free,
Okay.
which you can do. A lot of people do in place of going to culinary school or something.
Yeah.
Just learning on a job. Because actually, everyone will tell you. Pretty sure Anthony Bourdain does too in his books. Like, just don't go. Unless you have lots of money and you're at a high school or something, you go to a nice one. But otherwise, it's just so much money and little return.
Mm-hmm.
The food industry, there's just not a lot of money in there.
Yeah.
Especially when you're starting out. So yeah, just stage, gain your experience that way. And yeah, you're not getting paid at first, but you're not paying either. So it's nice.
And then that just opened your eyes to a whole different world.
It did, yeah.
Were you, like me, devastated to hear about Anthony Bourdain's death?
Yeah, less emotionally so than I thought I would be, but I was definitely sad because, like so many people said, his book, Kitchen Confidential, was one of the things that encouraged me to get into the food industry. So I owe a lot to him.
Yeah.
It really was.
It's a great book. I think, if anything, would deter a lot of people. Because it's like a kind of a crazy, because it's kind of a crazy
We had a personal yard.
drug-fueled tale of like, life too hard, staying out all night. And
Definitely like at least the kitchens I've been in, like that's a different world than he came up in the 90s, from what it seems. And from what I've heard from other people. But maybe what appealed to me about it was that maybe like the basis of this podcast, being creation, being atypical and not feel you can be yourself, You don't have to be proper or polite.
And you didn't ever go to culinary school, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that hasn't been an obstacle for you getting work at restaurants.
No, nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
You go and you also call when you have a tryout for a place you want to work. That's also help stage.
Mm-hmm.
And you go and you work with them. They have you do pretty basic tasks, like peel 50 pounds of carrots or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They like to see, do you work quickly, efficiently? Are you just talking all the time? Are you clean? Are you sloppy?
It's all about your chop.
So how did your parents take it after you spent so much money and time and energy into this field of music?
Again, they were so supportive. They were proud. Because, they like food, and also not to take away from their character at all. But I'm sure what helped was food being such a cool thing with the rise of the Food Network in the early 2000s and all.
Yeah.
It's not just a blue collar thing anymore.
Popularity. Yeah, you didn't come in like in the 90s when it was just like looked down upon.
Right.
Or not really that sort of like kind of prestige. Now with the food culture and
people are
reality TV, it needs to a lot more
respected, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you had celebrity chefs. Like, that was not something you had back in the day. Like, Wolfgang Puck was the first celebrity chef out there, and it's because he did all the Vanity Fair parties.
Yeah. And obviously back then it was still a respectable profession.
Yeah.
But just not the general.
The mass.
You're not like, your parents were fine with you, one, having a music career.
Yeah.
Two, I mean, music is great to get you into college.
Music is part of the extracurricular. Do ballet and violin.
Right.
And, hopefully.
Better leave that shit behind because
You're prodigies, and then, but that's not what you do for a living, right? And then you go and you're like, I'm going to work in kitchens for the rest of my life.
After you went to 2 secondary schools focused on music.
Yeah, sure.
I'm sure. Well, my dad is also a musician. I mean, not profession, but definitely serious clarinet.
Yeah. So your parents had interests. We've inherited an interest. We have this whole thing that's like,
what's his parents?
I know. That sounds amazing.
I love you.
Because sometimes I talk to friends and they're like, man, my parents turned me onto this music and they were into this sport. I'm like, our parents didn't have hobbies.
No, they worked.
Yeah. I mean, they worked, and there's times that they didn't work, but they didn't also be like, what would be great? Painting, like, what I would love to do is breed horses. I don't know. Horse. No, I think it makes a big difference if your parents has things that they're passionate about besides just surviving.
Yeah.
And we're not saying that you're grew up privileged or entitled. I'm sure that we were like all middle class.
Kudos to your parents for being supportive. And like, honestly, I don't know if you have other friends that are Asian that you saw have different experiences with their family of trying to follow their dreams and not really be getting that support that they would have loved, I'm sure, from their family. And so, your sister, did she pursue something that was her interest or something that she felt like was something she should do?
I think she was interested, but it also happened to be something that was also financially stable. She's an engineer.
So your parents are like, we got one.
Yeah,
All right.
Let's talk about your wife.
Yeah, it is she. Yeah, that's what I
We want to know. We want to know, what is she?
Is she Asian?
she's not. She's Caucasian.
The twists. Bum, bum, bum.
I didn't read that questionnaire at all, did you?
Okay, tell us more about this. Okay.
Yeah. I know you guys met in college, but like, did you date in high school? Not her,
Right.
but I'm just saying
I did not.
you did not date. You didn't date in high school.
No.
Did you ever date any Asian girls?
No, that's funny that you also have seen. She's the only person that I ever dated as well.
Stop. This is so precious. I can't. Oh my God.
That's too cute. Did she date Asian guys before you?
No.
And how was your family like when you started dating? What is your wife's name?
Kelly.
Kelly. Hi, Kelly. Thanks for letting us borrow your husband for the evening. Kelly, like, how was that when you were you nervous saying like, Mom and Dad, I have a girlfriend and she is white?
Nope.
Nope.
What about her family? Did she have to introduce you a certain way? Or you just like always existed like wallpaper?
I think it was pretty old.
Yeah. And they always accepted you and treated you.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
They're great.
No, that's so great.
Well, you're freaking lucky.
Yeah, you're lucky. Yeah, I'll cut
No, like you're not like messed up like us.
We're extremely jealous right now. Found the love of your life early, like locked it down.
Yeah. Lock that shit down.
Parents are nice to you.
He had nine parents,
Nice that we're
supportive and all.
nice parents and all. That's like winning lottery right there.
Yeah.
Totally is.
Because of what you do and your upbringing, you're kind of like an atypical Asian male, like already, right? What are some Asian male stereotypes you think are like out there?
Nerdy, but also other Hasidians are well groomed. I feel like I'm neither.
Well groomed. Yeah. I've never thought about that, but sure.
But absolutely. Well dressed. They do their hair. I've never done my hair.
So like gay? Because when I see someone well groomed, I'm like, oh, he gay. Okay, so go on.
What else do I say? Technologically savvy and financially responsible.
Are you these things?
No.
No.
Not like I don't have like $0 in my bank account, but at the same time I'm not the best at saving.
So of those stereotypes, you believe that you're not well groomed. I'm not saying I think you're groomed fine. But I've never
I mean, it helps that he doesn't have a lot of body hair. I'm assuming. People might already.
I mean, it's roommated like easier when you don't have a lot of money.
Hence why Asians are well groomed. Less hair to groom.
Do you think you're tech savvy or not at all? We have a true, like, Sasquatch kind of thing. He's like the missing link. He's like an Asian who can't, like, are you like computers? I don't know. If I gave you something and like, I don't know, can you fix your wireless router? Could you help me?
I mean, nothing beyond resetting it.
Turn it on. How do you reset?
Unplug it.
Yeah. It's like, oh my God. It's like we discovered a new species. So amazing.
Lucky in your first try.
I know. So do you think that anybody assumes things about you based on these stereotypes?
Probably.
But you don't care?
No. And listening to your guys' earlier episodes and other friends, of course, who've experienced overt racism, both, but, benign and ignorant, or, unfortunately, sometimes less benign. I feel like I can't even remember one instance of either of those.
We never had racist incidents.
But it's interesting, like, hearing your kind of experience growing up, because I I don't really like the friends that I have that are Asian definitely experience some sort of racism or like awkwardness growing up due to being different to the rest of their community.
And also, what we haven't talked about is Nancy and I are secret old people, and we don't actually know how old you are.
I'm 33.
33. Okay. Should we say how? I don't think we've ever said how old we are.
Have enough?
I don't think we've ever said like we've said that like we're
Oh,
old.
Grace, I'm 30.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm 28, so that's good. So we're all young. Yeah, millennials. Yeah, I love being millennials, don't you? Avocado toast.
Molly, no hitting up. Yeah, no, definitely older than that.
Do you find that now, even nowadays, like in kitchens, you have a hard time getting respect as like running shit?
Obviously, every kitchen's different, but for the most part, I think if you carry yourself with confidence, and if you can back that up with experience, I think that if you carry yourself that way, you don't have any problem with that.
Life lessons by Eric Chow. So we have a few questions we want to ask everyone. What is the most old Asian man thing you do?
I do cut my ears.
With what?
Like a Scoopy thing or a Q-tip?
My fingers. Yeah. I wash your hands very well. Very well.
It's like, I wish
Yes, it's okay.
Do you get Asian blush / glow? Dude, you're blessed. You're blessed.
So I'm not.
Okay, sticky tofu, yes or no?
I don't think I've ever had it.
What? You need to go to a Chinese.
I need to go to Taiwan.
You need to go to Taiwan.
Yeah.
Oh my
I'll
god.
open up.
Stop.
It was torture to go to Hong Kong for so short amount of time.
Yeah.
Take all of the best Chinese food and make it even better, and that's Taiwan.
And there's like night markets everywhere, and there's stinky tofu.
I was just thinking about a night market I went to with my aunts. They had like a stall that was just like all different parts of chicken. And one of them in English it said chick ass.
I love it.
I didn't even say chicken. It said chick ass. And I said, 这是什么? And they're like,
What is that?
you know, like pigu, like asshole. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, the asshole is a hole. How is there like a skewer of assholes? Okay.
What's the next one on your?
Anyway, we need to go to the Pacific East Mall and eat some stinky tofu.
Where's that?
El Cerrito. Wait,
Cerrito?
you've never been?
I don't even know what that is. Told you, I'm so.
Can we get a new Asian man over here? Can we order another? This is okay. You know, do you want 99 ranches?
Yes, I do.
And there we go.
Daly City, it's right down the street.
When you're eating a house, shoes on or off?
Shoes on sometimes. Right? Right? Oh my god.
No. Shoes.
Your white lady mistress, your Mrs. White Lady, she wears shoes in the house?
Not all, definitely not all the time. Just if it's like you got to run in and grab some.
That I get.
I do that. I can.
So that's what it is. It's not shoes all. Definitely not shoes all the time.
Do you and your white lady in indoor clothes?
Indoor clothes.
Yeah, like do you take your clothes off and put on comfortable indoor?
Well, let's change into our pajamas or something. If it's like that, yes.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what it is.
Okay.
Okay. Did you grow up in a hoarded house, or was your house presentable to guests?
Both. Definitely boarded, but when people came over, it was cleaned up.
Cleaned up in the sense you covered it up, or actually cleaned up? My mom would put towels on top of things.
Towels on top of what? How can you hide things with towels? It just said you don't buy towel.
No, it's not a pile of them. They are laid lovely on top.
A pile of shit on. You didn't have plastic on your furniture. That's interesting. But okay.
That.
What's your Asian soul food?
I really like Ayapadon, even though I'm not Japanese. I also really like. God, I don't even know how Chinese it is. It's probably like to American Chinese. That
Egg roll?
fried egg rolls. Japanese? No. Deep fried fish with corn sauce. And
Was that invented by General Tso?
I also like mapo tofu a lot.
Oh my god. My child loves that.
Chilled spicy beef tendon. Oh god.
Are kind of like, does this even apply to you? Were there any
What the question? What is?
Were there any Asian men in like pop culture or like people you knew that you looked up to growing up?
Why does that apply to me? Well,
Yeah. You're like, he's white. It's like,
Because when the Asian people were like on TV, we watched it like it was on fire. But like, I don't know if you did now. Because I'm not sure if we're the same species.
no, I know. I'm just trolling you because no, that's not really, not really. But you said that, and my parents were definitely that way.
Yeah?
Like you were saying about Connie Chung. I'm pretty sure I remember that. You know an Asian, but of course, if you were an immigrant,
Rare
you were.
ones like your parents. That's what you're saying.
your parents.
You said it. But
Are you proud to be Asian?
absolutely, just proud to be who I am and what I've inherited in terms of. I guess I think a lot about food nowadays. Just to have inherited that. Happy to have grown up eating that. Well, growing up here somewhat, and also visiting my grandma growing up and eating dim sum, all the time, and going to Chinese dinners, and just cooking with her too.
If you could send a message to your teenage self, what would you say?
Stop worrying about what people think about you. That's it.
That's the
Kind of like what most people would say, I think.
that's the quickest answer you had.
Finally, do you have a hella Asian moment?
I was thinking about that on the way over here because you guys did that on your other pod. And I'm assuming you do it on every pod.
Every time I get, yeah.
It happened today, actually.
Oh, share.
Yeah, make staff meal.
Tell them what staff meal is.
Staff meal is just cooking lunch for everyone at the bakery or the restaurant or wherever you are most of the time. Just like totally random. Like, what do we have? There's a lot of extra. What do we need to get rid of? Because our hands are so thin in the food business, so you just got to optimize. So it's like, all right, I got mushrooms. Got hard-boiled eggs left over. Why don't I just make like pork meatloaf, make some potato salad, use the eggs. So I ran into Duckboy on Mission Street, grabbed some ground pork, so I just make like meatloaf or something like that, threw some eggs in there, some scallion cilantro. It's pretty simple. And it just kind of tastes like pork shumai. It's kind of firm,
You're telling me you made a loaf of pork shumai?
But not the wrapper, yeah. And then I doused it in caramelized onions and mushrooms and oyster sauce.
Is it kind of like how, meatloaf, like American meatloaf, is like doused in ketchup and like the end piece is like the most delicious because it has that glazed ketchup one? Yeah. So it's like that, but like hoisin is the ketchup?
Yeah, well, oyster sauce.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Oyster sauce is the ketchup?
Pretty much.
Oh my God.
You're trolling.
Amazing. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us today. We can't thank you enough for being our very first guest, being an Asian man, being an atypical Asian man, telling us all about it.
Basically telling us that, nope, you have issues and just get over them. No.
Wait, what did you say? Don't worry about what other people think about you.
I think I said, yeah.
I think that's advice that anybody could take.
Yeah. Don't give a fuck.
Don't give a fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you know what? No one gives a shit. They're all worried about themselves.
Policy that's going to get on the podcast.
So what's your next project that you're working on?
Well, I'm going to be doing a pop-up dinner at the bakery, at Tartine Bakery, on the 25th of July. It's going to be a 6-course tasting menu. Also featuring my friend Didi, her farm, Ryukyang Farm in Pescadero, where she raises some beautiful chickens and pigs. And it's going to be beautiful. She's going to come and talk a little bit about her farm as well. And we hope it's just going to be a lovely evening. It's going to be about a 22 person just communal dinner.
And how do you have to buy tickets?
Yes.
So we'll definitely put it on our Facebook and our Instagram.
Yeah.
Thank you about this pop dinner that's happening. That sounds amazing, and I'll be there.
So if you're in the San Francisco area, make sure you come on down.
And you'll get to meet one Cajun.
Yeah, I won't be there.
But that sounds delicious. Thank you, Eric.
No problem.
Well, thanks again, Eric, for
No problem.
being our first guest on Two Cajons. If you have any feedback or comments, Cindy and I would love it.
If you are also an Asian man and you want to be interviewed, let us know.
And if you have other topics that you want to bring up, and, it's not just about Asian people here. We can ask other people questions. I don't know if you want to hear it, but we can ask the question. So thanks again for listening, and till next time.